Hi, ladies, and welcome to this first episode of Women Power, Girl Power, and all those nice things. So, as many of you may know or not know, I'm a dog trainer. But originally, I was a fitness trainer. So, of course, there is a very, very tight bond between dog training and fitness training because both require some motivation, and of course, while we work a little more with the dog's motivations in dog training, we have to keep ourselves motivated as well. And in fitness training, it's exactly the same. If we cannot keep ourselves motivated, we will never reach any goal. And another thing that's very, very similar is our own, I don't want to say deficits, it's like our own issues, our own little bad cops, our own little demons, whatever you want to call it. That little voice inside our heads that tells us that we are somehow not good enough. Because we are not as strong as men, we are not as dedicated as our spouse, for example. Or we are just not born to do that. Or we are just not extroverts at all. Or we are too shy to do XYZ, whatever. This little demon inside our heads that keeps telling us all these stupid things prevents us from being ourselves. And very often it makes problems appear that haven't been there before and that are not necessary. For example, I get this all the time. A young woman, not very strong physique, like no bodybuilder, and a dog that is very powerful, like, I don't know, a mastiff, for example. Or it could be smaller, but very muscular, like a pit bull, a staff, whatever. Dogs like that. Let's just call them powerful breeds. And what happens is this dog shows some kind of reactive behavior on a leash. And the woman behind it is so discouraged by her inner beliefs that she is sure she cannot hold this dog when he starts acting out. And that, of course, decreases the level of comfort, and it decreases confidence. And what happens is the fear gets so big that this person will stop walking the dog. And it's not only when it comes to physical strength. It's also when we get these nice little comments like, oh, well, that dog just won't behave. Or, oh, maybe you should consult a trainer when your dog is like that. Many of you will know those comments. They are hurtful, and it kind of is like an injection. It immediately injects us with a confidence decreasing mechanism. It's horrible. Yeah, I know. I've been living in a city with a reactive dog, and I've heard these comments daily. And I've stopped walking him. And I was crying a lot of times when I came home after a walk, because it was just horrible again. And I was doubting myself. and I was doubting my ability to train this dog, and I was doubting even if I am the right person for this dog. And I know many of my clients do exactly that, and it's horrible. It's really horrible. Yes, you are the right person for your dog. Maybe the living situation is not that perfect, and maybe that will change someday. But right now, you are the only thing your dog has. Maybe he has some other things, but you are the most important thing in your dog's life, the most important person. And your dog loves you. It doesn't matter if he escalates on a leash. It doesn't matter if he growls at you when you try to come near his food. It doesn't matter if he won't listen to a recall when he's playing with his friends. He loves you unconditionally. Of course, there is stuff that has to be trained, and we can do that. Of course, that's important. But what's also important that we don't forget ourselves in it. And yes, I do everything for my dogs. And most of my clients do everything for their dogs. But that doesn't mean that you have to come second, or that you just don't take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. And you have to feed and nourish that confidence and that ego. Yes, we are told that ego is bad all the time, but that's bullshit. Ego is something very nice, something that keeps us going, something that keeps us motivated. And yes, of course, those egotistic maniacs who just ignore everybody else and just do everything for themselves, that's not what I mean, and that's not who you are. Definitely not. And if you do something for yourself, that doesn't mean you're selfish or you're badly selfish. Being a little selfish is okay. Yeah. So, after all this talk, I want to give you one little thing that you can do immediately. That is very easy. It takes work only once, and only for, depending on your technical skills, and no worries, it's just a phone and it's just basic functions of a phone. Takes a few minutes maximum. Alright? So, do this with me. Take out your phone. I got mine right here. Oh, phone, yeah. Alright, so you take the phone and you go to your clock. You see that? Yes, you can see that. It's a little bright, but it's just a phone. And then you go to the alarm section. And then you can just, this is a Huawei phone, so I have this big blue button down there. And you can use this to set alarms. And those alarms will go off, and you can also use a description for the alarms. So, for example, when you set your alarm on your phone to wake up in the morning, you can just let it ring, or you can also write a description and your phone will put the description right on the display. And for example, I hate getting up in the morning. I never do any appointments in the morning because I'm just a horrible morning person, not at all. So whenever I have to get up, my phone tells me, wakey, wakey, beautiful, and has a little flower behind it. And no, I don't consider myself beautiful. It's just, I want to see something nice when I have to get up, so that my brain doesn't immediately go to, oh shit, what a fucking day, I hate getting up. You know what I mean? So the first thing I see in the morning when I really have to do something I don't want to do, like getting up, is something very, very positive and very, very nice. And it's amazing. And your phone can do that a gazillion times if you want to set it. I'm doing it 3 times a day. And my phone tells me, how I wanna be, how my best self is, my best version of me is, and what traits that person has. And for example, for me, it's empathetic, grounded, and strong. And you can do whatever you want. You can use 3, you can use 4. I think 3 is a good number because it's not too much, and it's also something that keeps you motivated. And the second thing is, my second alarm tells me that there are people who like me. I know this is a little childish, but sometimes, especially when you're dealing with social media a lot, like I do, I'm very, very, very active on Facebook in groups and stuff like that to just help people. And the comments are sometimes so hurtful that I just want a reminder that tells me daily that there are people out there who are just amazing and who say nice things to me, not just, oh my god, you can do blah blah. And the third thing is something that I'm grateful for. And I think it's very, very important that we remind ourselves of what we are grateful for, because the world is sometimes so evil and filled with these energy sucking things that we have to keep something in mind that boosts that confidence again and that gives us a nice feeling again, and gratitude does that. So this is my third alarm, and they go off in the afternoon and in the evening, and I think this is really a nice way to just reset a process of negative thinking if you have fallen to that, or to just remind yourself that there is something nice out there, even if it's a bad day, even if the motivation is very low and the energy is very low. And this is something that can pick you up very easily, if only for just a second. And I think it's a great idea. It's not mine actually, it's from Brandon Burchard, so yeah, thanks to him on that notice. But I think it's absolutely amazing. So you can do that. You can also set an alarm that tells you why you love your dog, especially when you have a very difficult dog or a very creative dog who just does things that get you upset sometimes. Then you can make your phone tell you why you love him. I would definitely think about why you love your dog at least once a day to just never forget that, and never let the problems overwhelm you, and never let the problems overwhelm the love. Never. The most important thing and the most useful thing when you're working with your dog is to remind yourself of love and to feel that all the time. And if you get upset, you're allowed to get upset. You're human. Your dog gets upset too. So just remind yourself and just do something that lets you feel that again. And if your phone tells you that, fine. Nice phone. So this was just something really, really quick, really easy, and I hope it gives you as much joy and as much energy as it does for me. And if you like this little quick tip, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There are also a lot of training things and dog things and all those nice little videos. And of course, if you don't want to miss anything, also click the bell down there. I wish you an amazing day and a totally new perspective on yourself and life and all that things. Have fun with your dog, have fun playing, and we'll see each other next time.